Hi, Pixies. Okay, so first of all, I just want to appreciate you and just tell you how freaking grateful I am for you. I know, like, I've been feeling lonely, everyone's feeling lonely. This is just a sad, kind of yucky time going on right now, and I just want you guys to know, like, I'm here for you, I love you, you are not alone through this, we're all in this together. We're all in this together, and we, something, we're all stars, and we see it. Thank you so much for all the support on this channel recently. There's so many new people here, which is so exciting and so mind-blowing to me and so humbling and just makes me so appreciative. It makes me want to cry, and I have cried about it a couple times, and I'm just like, I just love you so much. I just want you to know how appreciative and thankful, how much love I'm sending to you. And yeah, I wish I could give you all hugs. I've been doing YouTube for 2 years now, and it's never been about the numbers for me. I genuinely just really love doing videos and making videos and coming up with ideas and editing. So it's just like crazy to me that people actually want to watch. And I've said this 100 times, but I'm just so thankful. And yeah, anyway, on with the video. So we're gonna do a Q&A today because I asked on my Instagram, which is gigi.mw if you want to follow me, what you guys wanted to see, and a lot of people said Q&A since there's a lot of new people on this channel now. And I was like, okay, I guess that's a good way for, you know, us to get to know each other and just on a more personal level. I have the questions right here, and we're just gonna jump right into it. Your age. I am 20 and I'll be 21 in September. Someone commented on one of my videos
like, guys, like, she's 14.
And I was like, no, I'm not, but story of my life. Your moon sign. My moon sign is a Capricorn. My chart actually is Virgo, Capricorn, Capricorn, which is like a lot of what seems to be serious energy, but I think Virgo has a lot more creative and outgoing energy than people think. What made you want to study film? Actually, YouTube. After high school, I was really confused about what I wanted to do. Honestly, I think that when you're 17 or 18, it's so young to have to like basically decide what you want to do for the rest of your life, or like the path you want to go down. So I did take a gap year, and I highly suggest that to anyone. I was actually committed to a completely different school at the beginning of my gap year, and then during my gap year, things changed because people grow, you change, and I learned a lot more about myself that year. During my gap year was like the big year that I really started doing YouTube, and I just fell in love with editing and filming and just the creative aspect of it. Actually, YouTube is what made me decide I wanted to go to school for film. If you don't know, that's what I'm going to school for. Any advice for someone who wants to be a dancer or any kind of performer? I'm not pursuing dance as a profession, but some of my closest friends are, and I've just been in the world of people wanting to pursue professionally performing arts for pretty much my entire life. I am a musical theater baby, if you didn't know, and that's where everything really comes from. And my tips for you would be to, even if you aren't truly confident in yourself, act confident, because it'll make you more confident, if that makes sense. Go into rooms and auditions knowing your worth and just knowing what you have to bring. Take risks. Challenge yourself, but also listen and be a good team player. I think that one of the biggest things with auditions, whether it's dance, musical theater, acting, whatever, is that you could be the most talented person in the room, but they're not gonna wanna hire someone that they don't wanna work with. So like, show your personality as soon as you walk into the room. Show like who you want to be as a team player, how you want to interact with others. They're gonna remember someone who walks into the room and shows their true personality and is acting completely authentic with the room, and, you know, thanks them afterwards, has a good interaction with people in the hallway. You never know who's in that hallway. They're gonna remember that person and want to work with that person more than the person who blew off people in the hallway, acted like they were above everyone, and left. What type of music do you listen to? Like everything besides country. I feel like that's everyone's answer. Okay, first of all, The Weeknd's new album. I love The Weeknd. Second of all, I've really been enjoying listening to throwback music. I'm so quirky like that. I've been singing a lot of the Beatles songs just because they make me feel so like much better, and they're like honestly like therapy. Also, my boyfriend made a playlist called Quarantine Miss You Vibes 2020 on Spotify. I'm gonna put a picture right here and link it down below. But I promise you guys, do yourself a favor, go follow him on Spotify and go follow this playlist because it's fire. It's fire. We all have someone that we miss right now, and like this playlist just like hits right now. Go follow him on Spotify and this playlist, and I promise you I'm doing you a favor. You're welcome. Also, my boyfriend just made a playlist on Spotify that I've been listening to like crazy. I'm gonna link it down below. It's so good. Like, just go follow this playlist and you'll be set for the summer. You have a lot of art, and can you show us some? Yes. I draw a lot. My favorites. I drew Bryson Tiller one time. That was interesting. And there's more like on my walls and stuff. We can save that for another time. Do you have a clear plan for your life? Or are you more likely to let things happen to you? I'm a Virgo, so I do have a tendency to plan and like idealize like situations that I want. Like I have directions that I could see my life going in. Like I have several different plans, I guess. I don't know, I guess I kind of do have ideas and goals, but I'm happy just like pursuing the things right now to make any of those things viable in the future, and then just seeing kind of which path happens, you know? What countries do you want to visit? Oh my god, I want to visit so many. First of all, I love French. I took up to the AP French in high school and it was my favorite class. I miss French a lot. I need to get back into it. Obviously, I want to visit Paris. I've always wanted to visit Paris since I was a child. I also want to visit like the south of France, and I want to visit Costa Rica really bad. They're super like environmentally like they know what's going on out there. I want to visit Italy. I want to visit Switzerland. I want to visit Ireland. I want to visit places in South America. I want to go to some countries in Africa, and I really want to go to Greece. Oh my god. I really like Greek mythology. Honestly, I just want to do it all. Where do you get your clothes? Some of my old clothes like this, I got this at Urban Outfitters a couple of years ago. I try to shop only thrifted or depop. Depop is a really good way if like you're having trouble finding things that you like at thrift stores. But I am a sucker for Princess Polly. I love them so much. Princess Polly, my emails are open. Any tips for easy vegan food? You'd be surprised about how much is vegan that you don't realize. Like oatmeal, peanut butter jelly, most bread is vegan, bagels are vegan. Bagels with like some vegan cream cheese can be really good. Beans, rice, tacos, potatoes, salad obviously, quinoa, spaghetti, noodle dishes. Any tips for college that no one tells you? Girl, I'm still trying to figure that one out myself. But I would say go into it really knowing your goals and intentions. I mean, I think everyone's different and like to each their own. Personally for me, like if I'm gonna be paying for something that's expensive, as we all know college is, like I really want to make the most out of it. So take opportunities that come your way. Be that person who talks to your teacher after class or emails your teacher questions. You should be getting your bang for your buck. So if you have questions, ask. Get your needs met in a nice, like non-Karen sort of way. Have you had any issues being in an interracial relationship? I talked to Brandon about this one before. He said no, he's never noticed anything, and I haven't noticed anything either. Honestly, we could just be oblivious and be thinking the best of people. I hope that's not the case, but I think we're really lucky to live where we are and have such accepting families. There's never been any issues with that family-wise. When we're out in public, at least we've never noticed anything. We're also really lucky to live in the area we live. It's a very accepting and like kind of forward-thinking place. So maybe we're just lucky. I know that there are so many interracial couples that have experienced some really bad stuff. I don't need to like get into that because I'm sure you guys understand that love is love and it shouldn't matter what a sucky world this can be. We've been lucky though. Have you ever been insecure looking at yourself while editing videos? Whew. Yes, I have. I have always been someone who's been super confident and just content with my body and my appearance. And in this past year, I'm not gonna lie, there have been moments where I'm editing and it's like, wow, I can feel myself just like judging myself or looking at myself and not liking what I see. I don't want to be thinking that. I don't want to be feeling that, you know? So yes, just because of the world we live in, like you're bound to look at yourself at some point and judge yourself, which sucks. because we're conditioned to think that we should live up to these super unrealistic expectations, which is a whole other issue in and of itself, I guess. I've done a lot of, you know, stepping back, realizing, you know what, like I'm beautiful without makeup, I am beautiful even though I have a role in this clip. Like, I'm human. Just because my stomach isn't completely 100% flat all the time doesn't mean I'm not beautiful, and I want you guys to know that about yourselves too. How did you meet your boyfriend? I slid into his DMs. Actually, we met like a year earlier before we started talking, and I thought he was really cute and he kind of flirted with me, but then nothing ever came from it and we never talked again. And then a year later, I slid into his DMs because I thought he was really cool. I genuinely just wanted to be his friend. I wanted to compliment him on his poetry because if you guys don't know, he's an amazing poet. Amazing. Like, this man is so talented. You guys have to follow his Instagram. It's Frank Laundry, and his YouTube channel, which is also Frank Laundry, because this man is so talented and I want you all to know what an amazing guy he is. Yeah, I genuinely just wanted to compliment him on his poetry, and I just happened to also think he was very cute. But yeah, I slid into his DMs. And then we started like talking, and we genuinely started off as friends first, and we just hung out a lot and it was friendly and we really got to know each other as friends, which I think is part of why our relationship is so strong. I had feelings for him like literally the first day I met him, and now he tells me like he did too, but like in the time we really just tried to enjoy each other as friends. Hogwarts house. I'm Gryffindor. Funny story, when I was 11 years old, I waited outside for hours waiting for my owl to come with my Hogwarts letter. Still upset it never came, but whatever. What kind of dance do you do? I danced at a hip hop studio, so I did a lot of hip hop, and I did ballet all throughout high school. I did contemporary, I did jazz, musical theater babies, and dance was always my favorite part of musical theater. So when I went to New York City, I also specialized in musical theater dance. How do you fight laziness? Oh man. Some days I just let myself be lazy, to be honest. If you don't give yourself a break to recharge, how are you gonna like sustain yourself? But on days where, you know, I've taken my break and I'm ready to go, I really like to make a list of the things I need to do. My mom taught me this trick. She always at the beginning of her day just writes down every single thing she needs to do, and then we'll like check them off when she's done. So I do that now too, and honestly it's so satisfying. It just makes it so your brain is like able to think. Any advice for high school seniors right now? Honestly, seniors everywhere, I do feel for you. I was not someone who loved high school, so like that probably would have helped, but like even so, it still would have sucked to just miss out on that opportunity. I'm sorry. There's not much I can say. What I would do is I would just like plan with my friends, like things I'm gonna do when this is all over. If it makes you feel any better, those opportunities like prom is like so overrated. And just thinking about like what you are grateful for and the opportunities that you did have, and just being appreciative for those. You could choose one world problem to fix, what would it be and why? I don't know. If I absolutely had to choose one world problem to fix, it probably would be climate change, just because if the world dies, none of the other problems are even gonna matter. We gotta fix that one, and then we can fix all the other ones that I wanna fix too, you know? If you ever struggle with body image, I feel like who doesn't? I've never had any like serious issues, but I've also done a lot of work on just accepting who I am and, you know, just manifesting confidence, honestly. Just appreciating little things about myself. Honestly, I feel like the first step to gaining more confidence and loving yourself is just accepting your flaws and learning how to love those, which obviously can take time. For example, I used to be so self-conscious, like so self-conscious about my height. I know that can be a funny thing to be self-conscious about, but I'm 4'11" and I'm really like petite. People used to think I was literally like a kid, and in high school it really did a number on my self-esteem. But I just like really tried to turn around my mindset around it, and now it's like honestly my favorite thing about myself. Is it hard being vegan? It was hard for like the first month, I feel like, but once I kind of got into the swing of things and just really pushed through that first 30 days, it got a lot easier. I don't know if this is a myth, but I've heard that your palate like resets after 30 days. So even things that like I used to eat that were hard for me to stop eating at first, I don't even remember what they taste like, so I don't want them. Once you decide to go vegan and you actually commit to it, after just a couple weeks, I would look at like something like eggs or meat, think of eating it, and I would just be like, ugh. I think it's really important to eat healthy as a vegan and get your protein, get all your vegetables, and not just eat like chips, but I think if you're doing veganism right and you're finding foods that you actually enjoy to eat, you'll be fine. How was your experience living in New York? I loved living in New York. All throughout like my middle school and high school, I was like,
I'm gonna move to the Big Apple. I'm gonna be a New Yorker someday.
and honestly, once I was there, I was like, okay, this is a reality check. It is hard to live in New York. It's so different actually living there. I also lived in Midtown, which is a super busy area. It was very draining emotionally, just being in that area all the time with all the noise. It does like become exhausting, and it is a grind living there, an emotional, physical grind, not to mention it's expensive. But there are also so many incredible, amazing parts of New York City that I got to experience that I wouldn't have experienced if I was just a tourist. Just being surrounded by art and creative people and creative energy all the time was so special. I feel like every single person I met was in New York City for a reason. Like everybody had a goal. How do you overcome rejection? Overcoming rejection, honestly, you just realize if someone rejects you, they don't deserve you. It wasn't meant to be. Why would you want to be with someone who can't see your worth? That would have been a bad relationship anyway. How long did it take you to build your confidence and self-love? I feel like it's a constant thing. I'm still building my confidence and my self-love. Just looking at yourself and realizing your worth, not being afraid to be proud of yourself. I think especially women kind of feel like they aren't allowed to be proud of themselves, like they're bragging or they're too confident. I think women often feel that, and I think just realizing that and being like, no, I did a good job at this, or no, I'm proud of that. Those are really important things to say to yourself and to let yourself feel. I think it's a lifelong relationship with yourself to truly build self-confidence and self-love. Favorite spots to hang out in the summer? Anywhere with my friends. What do you feel like is your biggest downfall and your greatest attribute? I feel like my greatest downfall is like I can get really sucked into things sometimes, and it can kind of become, I can kind of forget about how that affects other people. And my greatest attribute is I think I'm really positive. Big reason of why I have my hummingbird tattoo. They're constantly looking for the light and like the positivity. We've been filming for a hot minute, and that was a lot of things. So I think I'm gonna stop the video now. There's some more questions, but I think that answers a lot of the big ones. And yeah, so thank you all so much for watching. I hope you're all doing well in quarantine, and just wherever you are, I hope you're safe and happy, and just know we're all in this together. I'm sending you my love and my positivity, and thank you so much for asking these questions, and I'll see you in my next video. I love you.
Go show.